Hi folks, I'm City Manager Michael Spurgeon.
And I'm Ward 3 Councilmember Christy Gillespie. Today we're bringing you the latest City Council highlights.
You know, Councilmember, it's great to be back presenting the City Council highlight segments to our community.
Yes, it is, Michael. On behalf of City Council, I'd like to thank all of Broken Arrow for your support and your patience as we work through the closures over the last 3 months and as we complete the reopening of our community.
Absolutely, very well said. I want to remind everyone the City Council meetings are live streamed through the city's legislative management program available at brokenarrowok.gov/agendas. Now, here's what happened at the June 2nd City Council meeting. On the consent agenda, a project agreement was approved with the Oklahoma Department of Transportation for the Broken Arrow Creek Trail. The trail will run along Elm Place from the Liberty Parkway Trail alongside the Creek Turnpike to First Place just north of New Orleans. This agreement was necessary before the project could be put out to bid. The agreement calls for the city to pay up to $736,000 depending on which alternatives are approved in the bidding process.
You may recall much of First Street near the Rose District was resurfaced last year. The blocks around the Milestone project were left undone due to the building's construction. With that project nearly complete, the city will bring its contractor, Grade Line Construction, back to complete the road resurfacing on First from College to Elgin, as well as Elgin and Detroit between First and Main. Work should begin mid-July and last about 3 months, weather permitting, and cost about $218,000, paid for by the voter-approved 2014 General Obligation Bond. In presentations, the Council recognized World War II veteran and longtime Broken Arrow resident Oscar Nips Jr., who received an honorary diploma from Broken Arrow High School this May. Now 94, Mr. Nips never graduated high school and was drafted into the Army in 1943, serving in the Pacific Theater.
Back in April, the City Council approved an agreement with GH2 to design gateways into the city. As one of the first steps in the process, the architect presented several examples to the council to capture the ideas the city wants to represent as they look at what locations they will install the new signage and gateways. Earlier this year, the city received a number of requests from the public for a traffic signal to be installed at the intersection of Washington and 23rd Street, also known as CountyLine Road, and Washington or 91st Street. Staff presented to the council the findings from the study that was completed and concluded that the intersection does not currently meet any of the 9 criteria described in professional guidelines for adding a signal this time. However, funding for future improvements on Washington from Lynn Lane to County Line were included in the 2018 Build Our Future BA bond package. The council agreed to include the installation of a new signal when the road is widened in approximately 3 years. Also, the City Council held its annual budget hearing for the FY 2021 municipal budget. This was a chance for the public to review and comment on the city's proposed budget for the upcoming fiscal year, which starts July 1st. You can read a draft copy on our website at brokenarrowok.gov/finance.
And General Council business, as part of a planned new community park near Aspen Creek Elementary, the council approved the creation of a Southwest Park Advisory Committee to help develop a master plan for the project. Committee members will be appointed in the very near future and will meet about once a month for approximately 6 months. Funding for the initial park improvements were approved by voters in the 2018 General Obligation Bond package. In the Municipal Authority meeting, the city's new Recycling Outreach Coordinator, Mackenzie Jones, presented the plan for the education and outreach regarding the upcoming changes to the city's trash service and implementation of curbside recycling.
In community updates, in reference to the COVID-19 pandemic, this week the city moved into Phase 3 of reopening our community. In Phase 3, the limits on social distancing sizes have been lifted. All park amenities are now open, including community centers, splash pads, playgrounds, and shelters. We plan to open at least 1 pool this year. Also, court resumed this week, and the municipal judge has established new guidelines that include wearing face masks and requiring social distancing. The governor also allowed limited visitation to resume at hospitals, but the facilities have that final discretion on who will be allowed in and how many. Unfortunately, nursing homes continue to remain closed to visitors at this time.
Great news! The Rose District's Farmers Market will open for the year this Saturday, June 6th. COVID-19 pandemic unfortunately delayed its opening this year, but we hope you'll join us from 8 a.m. to noon at the Plaza on Main Street, weather permitting. The market will be open every Saturday morning through October.
You know, council member, before we go, I just want to express how excited I am at the fact that we're in phase 3 of the reopening, and I know this has been something that's been very important to all the council members. So before we close it out, just talk one more time about how impressed and how important all the things you've seen and as it relates to Broken Arrow going through this together and how we've gone about reopening our community.
You know, I can't say enough about our community in Broken Arrow. As always, we stepped up, and I think we did just a great job of really obeying the mandates that were in place, but at the same time keeping community in our city. And as an extrovert myself, this has been a really hard time for me because, you know, I was one of those people that was furloughed, and it just happened to be home, but it's so great to be out among other people. And of course, the warm weather is great. And I'm just excited. I look forward to seeing each one of you out at the Rose District this weekend, enjoying our city.
Couldn't have said any better, folks. That's it for this edition of City Council Highlights. Please join us again on Tuesday, June 16th. Until then, stay safe, and we look forward to seeing you around town.
For the full agenda and video of the City Council meeting, go to brokenarrowok.gov. If you have any questions about items discussed in the meeting, please contact the City Manager's office at 918-259-8419 or email mspurgeon@brokenarrowok.gov.